Hey everyone, today we're going to install the aftermarket style taillight overlay for the 2015 Plus WRX and STI. It really gives you a completely different look on your stock taillight. What we will need is, I have waterless wash and wax. I'm basically using that to clean the vehicle. I would actually recommend just a straight detailer. That's all I have right now. A microfiber towel to clean everything off. You're going to want a heat source, like either a heat gun or a hairdryer will actually work. And I have some painter's tape so I can protect the paint. Ultimately, I will need to go back inside and grab a X-Acto knife to kind of finish off the last cuts. So most people will probably install this vinyl the easy way. Well, the easy way in their mind, which is not removing your taillight. You can get behind here, undo 3 bolts, pull this out, and then you can work on the taillight aside from all this paint so you won't damage it all. But if you do decide to keep the taillight in there, step over there please. I do recommend getting painter's tape all the way up under here, protecting your paint for when you make that cut with the X-Acto knife. So you can actually get this tape behind the taillight a little bit. I left this one part so I could show you. Of course, it's probably gonna be the most difficult one to do. You just slip it right in there. Make sure it's behind the taillight. So if you do come in contact with the paint, well, hopefully you'll come in contact with the tape and not the paint. That kind of finishes that. I have it going all the way around. We'll just leave that over here. All right, so now I'm going to remove our existing taillight overlay. I really hate removing these, especially because they're the more expensive material. This is a stealth black. Before that, I had the carbon fiber. This material actually does let light shine through. From what I'm told, it's made in the United States. Really premium stuff, but it does cost a lot. In general, I've trimmed my nails so they don't really come in contact with the paint too much. Also, I'm wearing a silicone ring instead of a metal ring. So hopefully I don't scratch anything. I don't think I mentioned this, but I also have some liquid, and this liquid is water and a little Dawn dish soap. The reason I have that is so that I can reposition all this vinyl while it's on the vehicle, because inevitably it's going to come in contact with the vehicle at a location that I don't want it to be down yet, and the only way to move it around is if it's kind of wet. So I'm cleaning all around this taillight. Okay. Now, I don't mind leaving it wet because, again, we're trying to reduce the initial adhesion of this stuff. Now you can come back and do this one later. This is really the easy part. I'm going to work on the big part first. This is the most difficult piece because it's so big. So I'm going to fold it back. I'm going to run some of the soapy water over the surface so it doesn't try to stick on itself. If you're doing this on a windy day, yeah, it's probably going to fold over and stick on itself real quick. Move a little bit more. Use a little bit more soap. It's a good thing we have these all weather mats in here. Let's finish this off. Okay, so what you're trying to do is leave all of this uncovered. So your initial placement will put the vinyl right around that edge. I usually don't use squeegees with any of my installations. I just use my fingers because I know that's not going to damage the vinyl. Often I massage the vinyl into place, massage all these little creases. And you just don't push down with a lot of force until you know it's not going to crease. So this edge keeps on coming up. This is the kind of stuff that you hit with heat, just a little bit. That easy. The heat will let you stretch the material. And this is not just normal gloss black, it has air egress channels so that that water and the air can escape out. There's still water in here. You can use the pressure to activate the adhesive as well. Hold it up, apply heat, push down. This does require a little bit of patience. What we're trying to do is just knock out some areas and move on slowly. Don't pull too hard. Most of the times, if you do get a little crease, you can just pull the material back up and stretch it out again. It's these corners that are going to be a little bit more tricky. You might have to pick up areas that you've already pushed down. And stretch them out again. There's only so many places where this material can go. Some people might elect to do a two-person install, where someone kind of holds the material up, someone applies a little bit of heat so that you can keep on working. Remember, if it's super hot outside too, your tail light will be hot, and you'll probably be stretching the material a little bit more than you want to. So try to start this installation in a shaded area. feel that the material's not nearly as wet as when I started. You don't want to get too far in any one area, or you'll probably have to backtrack. Alright, so basically when you've got this down as much as you can on all the edges, that's when you can start cutting. You can see this part just by tucking it in with my fingernail, it already kind of cut right there. Cut a slit to meet that. I'll just push this over the edge. This here was all done with my fingernail. Cut a little high so that I can tuck the rest of it down. You can come back there with some heat. Piece of cardboard, anything you can to kind of push down the edge in this corner. can use a squeegee for that. I'm inserting enough of the blade that I can kind of put the edge of it up against the painter's tape. I'm not cutting into the paint. I'm allowing a slight bit of vinyl on the end so I can push that over the edge. See, there's just a little vinyl left. Push that all down. Start back on this side and work our way back. Probably should have done myself a favor and found a sharper blade. This probably has a bunch of soap behind it. Stop. Right, I did go back and get a sharper blade. This is way better. Heat again. Push everything down to the edges. Actually, this is the wadded up backing paper that this came off of. You can actually fit that in the crack and push everything down. We can pull off our tape. primer on the edge. Okay, now the last part, this inner piece. There you kind of have it.